because in that subject we all have to behave like managers and talk like that. So we have some activities like corporate tea party where we have to dress formally and talk to each other like we are already in an organization. So it's not just for the sake of saying it. I genuinely had the best experience with AceIPM. Uh, I don't even remember how many people I've referred this course to.
That's wonderful. And compulsory yoga reminds me of my days at IIM Rohtak. But moving further, to have this life which is hectic at the same time, also very adventurous, you have had to give, Hey folks, Saksham this side from AceIPM. Today we have with us Yashi, who's coming straight from the beautiful campus of IIM Jammu. She's here to share her experience of getting through JIPMAT, how life is like at IIM Jammu, and how you can be one of her juniors. So without any further ado, let's begin. Hello Yashi, could you please introduce yourself to the audience?
So hi, I'm Yashi Verma. I come from Ludhiana, Punjab. I scored 94.4% in class 10 and 96.4% in class 12. I have a commerce background and I am in the sports committee in IIM Jammu.
That's wonderful, Yashi. So starting off, why I am Jammu? You had a lot of other options as well. You had St. Xavier's, you've been there for a couple of days. There were other options like, let's say, an IIM Bodh Gaya or a Christ, Symbiosis, potentially some colleges in the Delhi University as well. So despite having so many options, why did you boil it down to IIM Jammu? Even though, people would consider it to be a baby IIM, and, as an IPM program also, it was just the second batch that you were joining.
So my first attempt was to get into IIM Indore, but unfortunately that didn't work out. But getting a call from IIM Jammu and having joined there is the best choice for me, as I am getting the exposure I've always desired. IIM Jammu is one of the fastest developing IIM all across the country. As our director sir says, it's not a baby IIM anymore. It is growing at a great pace in terms of academics, placements, and infrastructure. Uh, Talking about the placement, we have prominent companies like KPMG, Deloitte, Microsoft, and Amazon having recruited from here. Also, it has that IIM TAS plus IPM program in itself is a big deal, as we are relieving ourselves from the pressure of CAT. Also, we have two internships here, which is social internship and the corporate internship, both provided by the institute, which are all the factors that prompted me to come here.
That's wonderful. So now that you are here at IIM Jammu, what is your daily life, or what is your daily schedule like? Because given that your IPM program is fairly new, not a lot of information is available out there on the web. So would you want to shed a light on that part?
So we can expect IPM program to be quite rigorous, which it certainly is. We have classes from morning 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and compulsory yoga thrice a week. Apart from that, as it is our first year, we have a recruitment process going on for clubs and committees continuously, which makes it quite rigorous. And apart from the academics, we have a lot going on outside the classroom as well. Every festival is celebrated splendidly by the cultural committee, and we have a great time. Apart from that, as someone who is extremely fond of sports, we play basketball until late at night, and we have frequent matches with IITs and AIMS Jammu as well. And as I'm in the sports committee, we conduct several sports events every other weekend. So simply put, our life here at IIM Jammu is filled with fun as well as challenges. We are taking the first step of our lives in the managerial world from here.
That's wonderful. And compulsory yoga reminds me of my days at IIM Rohtak. But moving further, to have this life which is hectic at the same time, also very adventurous, you have had to give, a various entrances. One of them happened to be JIPMAT, which allowed you admission to this prestigious institute. So could you please shed a light in terms of how did you go about preparing for, JIPMAT as well as other entrances, and anything specific you'd want to highlight in terms of how should someone be preparing for this particular entrance?
See, if you are preparing for IPMAT, clearing JIPMAT is not that tough because the syllabus is same and we have sufficient time to complete all the 100 questions in that 2.5 hour time frame. So, if you are giving enough mocks and taking some time out of the board preparation, you're good to go in JIPMAT.
All right. And in terms of your, section wise preparation, how did you go about preparing for verbal, for cons, as well as logical reasoning?
I Swapnin Bhaiya's lectures for maths and even logical reasoning I did from AceIPM. Verbal, in JIPMAT, verbal is not that tough. You can, it's kind of doable. So you won't be facing that much of a problem in JIPMAT verbal section.
So as you mentioned, you had gone through Swapnil's lecture and you've been a part of ACE IPM for more than a year actually before actually giving your JIPMAT attempt. So could you please shed a light in terms of how was your experience with us?
So it's not just for the sake of saying it. I genuinely had the best experience with ACE IPM. Uh, I don't even remember how many people I've referred this course to. Plus, the way Swapnil Bhaiya teaches, it's really exceptional. And the way you guide us throughout the journey, like, I remember how I was in such a dilemma whether to join St. Xavier's, Christ Bangalore, Nancy Mujje, Symbiosis, NFSU, or I'm both here. And that personal tension is not really that common. And I really am thankful to you for that. Plus the marathons that we had for 6 to 7 hours continuously just a week before exams, they were really helpful. So yeah, I had a great experience with ACE IPM.
That's really, really wonderful to hear that. And moving further with the course of this interview, the next question that I'd put up is, slightly, I'd really want to get your point of view as IPM as a course is residential, right? You live there, you study there, you have fun, you do everything there, and it gets very hectic because of that also. On the other hand, you have courses which are mostly, most of the BBA programs are going to be regular day school colleges, be it a St. Xavier's, be it the Delhi University, or be it any other program that you go for. So can you draw out differences in terms of a residential program versus regular college, and what do you, given that you have been in this residential regime for the last 3 months at least, what do you find is a better way out?
See, as I'm here in a residential program, I really enjoy it as we get to talk to our seniors and get their guidance anytime we want. Plus, we are here with like minded people, and that pushes us to grow forward. Uh, so, I would prefer residential program over such programs.
So my next question for you would be, given that you have been a part of that curriculum, you have done your first trimester essentially, is there any standout subjects which are a part of your curriculum, and how are the professors like in general?
One subject that really impresses me is business communication, because in that subject we all have to behave like managers and talk like that. So we have some activities like corporate tea party where we have to dress formally and talk to each other like we are already in an organization. So it gives us a real life corporate experience. Talking about the faculty, they are really great and like they're highly professional. Plus, their sessions here are really interactive, and we have to show a great deal of participation in the classes.
Cool. So, what I can gather from all this is that the classes are more on the interactive as well as practical side of things, which makes the process of learning all the more fun. Makes sense. So, to sum up, could you give us your overall experience at IIM Jammu so far? Would you recommend it to your future juniors who might want to join it up?
So far, my experience here at IIM Jammu has been really great. Uh, Being indulged in so many extracurricular activities, like having to manage so many events as I'm in the sports committee. Plus, we have events like HR Conclave where 40 plus industrialists visited here, and they were industrialists from KPMG, Deloitte, Maruti Suzuki, and whatnot. So, extracurricular activities here are very indulging, and you get a lot of exposure out of it. Uh, so my experience here at IIM Jammu has been great, and I've enjoyed it so far.
That's really awesome, and I hope that other people also get to experience the same thing. And for that, do you have any tip for your future juniors who are going to give JIPMAT the next year or any subsequent years as to how they can ace their examination?
See, what I like to suggest is you should give more time to entrance preparation as compared to board exams. Like, they are important at some point, but if you really want to get into a good college, a good institute, just focus more on entrances. As now you guys have CUAT, we all know that. At our like when we were supposed to give the exams, we had to take 12th in our minds, because CUAT was announced way later. So I think just focus more on entrances than giving all your time to both. You It will be better for you.
Makes sense. And I'd like to add on to that. See, in a sense, even if you're, looking at the 12th syllabus and your CUET syllabi, it is going to overlap, a lot of it. So that does not mean that, you should give up on 12th altogether. That's not what Yashi is trying to say. However, there has to be a perfect balance that you need to strike. There has to be a mindset that you need to create in terms of how you approach entrances. Because even though the syllabus of your boards as well as CUT is going to be the same, the approach that you have towards both these examinations is going to be widely different. And that mentality, that mindset is something that you can only develop over time. And that is what you need to focus on. That said, I am really glad to have you over here today and have your interview. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to benefit from this and they will be potentially become your juniors going further. That's it for today. If in case you guys found this video helpful, please do leave a like, comment down your queries. Yashi will be there to help you out with the same. Subscribe to the channel for more such interviews. And that said, good luck, stay safe, bye bye, and all the best.
So now, how can we get you started? Go to AceIPM.com. Over here, you will see the free counseling button. Click on that, enter your details, and a future senior of yours from IIM is going to give you a call and you can get all your doubts clarified from them.